shows like 30 different comments on there, right? From only 3 or 4 or 5 people, right? And the reason why is because the more engagement, the more comments that you actually have on your post, more likely it's going to be on there. So when somebody actually posts on my status saying, more info, I reply to their comment saying, "Is it okay to message you?" And they say, "Yeah, of course," right? And then I reply with another comment saying, "Great, keep an eye out for a message from me," right? And they usually comment after saying, "Okay, great." So from one comment has created 4, maybe 6 up, 6 tops because other people will comment, I would also like the info as well, right? So creating that type of engagement, right, is going to be huge. And not only like when it comes to trying to gravitate people to your business, but just creating normal engagement, right? For example, I made a post like for Father's Day. For all the dads out there, what are your guys' plans for Father's Day? Right? And just creating that post, the more people that you're going to have engaging in your post, the more likely people are going to see you on their page, right? So that's going to be more exposure right there. And I actually recommend doing this not all the time, but probably maybe like once a month where you actually do like at everyone or at highlight and things like that, because that's when it's going to create that exposure where people who really haven't been on your page or really seen you on their timeline are going to be exposed to that, right? But I wouldn't I wouldn't recommend doing it all the time because people are going to see it in their notifications like, oh my god, here we go, somebody's doing it again. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
really finding that sweet spot and to be able to utilize that for sure.
So using my personal account, like I guess where I'm struggling is like I don't use my personal like Facebook account to advertise my business. I have like a business page and like a group for my business. And so I'm just trying, so are you saying like I should use my personal account to like kind of create that engagement, or should I be posting it from my business page that has less followers, but just using like the ad, you know, which, yeah, is that what you're saying?
And in my opinion, I would use your personal account to drive people to your business account,
Okay.
right? So there's times where I actually share my own business accounts pages, and anytime I'm adding probably 3 to 5 people a day who have at least 5 to 10 mutual friends, uh, 5 to 10 mutual friends, and then every week I'm and sending invites to my page, sending invites to my page. Not every single person is gonna actually like it or accept the invite and things like that. So I think I have over 3,000 friends on my face on my personal Facebook, but I only have about 130 people that have actually followed my business page so far, right? So I'm definitely going to have more exposure through my personal account and be able to drive those people to my business account for the products and services that I'm able to provide. And I believe you'd be able to do the same exact thing too.
Londa, did you want to go?
I did. Thank you. I'm sorry. I couldn't find the freaking raise hand thing. Kestra, I have like the hardest lesson that I recently just learned that might be like your gold mine. So I recently created like a quiz for my business and then I ran ads to it on Meta. And when I did it, I stupidly did their Advantage Plus option instead. I like used my own lists and like I tried to create lookalike audiences. I was like really trying to get my people, but I turned on the Advantage Plus thing. And then what did it do? It targeted all women over the age of 65. So I brought in at like 80 cents a lead, I brought in 350 plus 65 women, which is not my market. So it was a huge waste of money. But like a quiz or a quiz ad might be the way to go for that particular age demographic because they're scrolling on their phone and they're on Facebook and they're doing that. So if you could create a quiz that like might be like, you know, which festival is, calls to you, or what kind of traveler are you, or what kind of adventure are you seeking, or whatever. And then you targeted that market. I think you're going to slay because I pulled in so many leads. They were bad leads for me, but that's exactly your target audience. So that might be the way to get them.
Yeah, I didn't even know you could do that on Facebook ads, like a quiz. I'm learning so much. So thank
Well,
you.
I made the quiz in type form. which I would probably have done slightly differently. I maybe would have done it to like, well, you know what? Why don't I'm gonna put my details in the chat. Like if you want to like chat through like the very detailed strategy of this, we can talk about that. I'll put my info here in the chat.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Just
Can I
to
make a
add in,
suggestion? Can I make a suggestion as well?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You want to go? Let me just real quick. A lot of folks and a lot of businesses want to build and get members and followers and connections, etc. But I always tell them sometimes it's easy to tag yourself onto something that's already bigger and at the moment more powerful than you are. Why? Because they already have the audience, they already have the following. Like you mentioned, Travel for Women Over 50. There are some amazing sites and blogs, Journey Women, 50 Shades of Age, Women Travel Abroad, Magnificent Midlife. Those are blogs that have tremendous following and has the audience that Kestra wants. They're already there. So she can literally tag herself onto them and respond to the questions that they put out there and respond to posts that they put out there. And all of a sudden, she can be in the middle of this whole tsunami of opportunity because they've got the platform. I'll give you an example. I work with a lot of attorneys and they want to write an article and show how smart they are. I'm like, do you realize it'll take you 3 weeks to write the article? Why don't you just get one quote in an industry publication for the sector that you're going after that already has the following, that has all the executives and the check writers that you're looking for, and it'll take you 30 seconds to put one sentence together and get published. So I love to find places that already exist, programs that already exist, and plug people into that to start off while they're building their own following, because it just takes so much time to get those people on board, as opposed to plugging yourself into something that's unbelievably successful and already has been catering to that audience for many, many years.
I
And,
love
and
that.
Arthur,
Hold on, sorry, I'm gonna call on Spencer. He's been waiting for a while.
yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Abigail.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm gonna put together Londa's thoughts, I'm sorry, it might have been Arthur's thoughts together in terms of engagement as someone who just pulled in 80,000 views for one video for a recent client that just started onboarding him a few days ago. If I'm gonna put those two concepts together, I think even in content ideas, I like the idea of like the quiz. I also like the idea of the engagement. That's pretty important in terms of social media. It's from my background. So in the sense of like, if you were to make, say, videos saying like, hey, which destination location would you want to go to? Comment the number, right? I mean, you mentioned that you're huge on Pinterest. I think you've been sharing that on Pinterest, sharing that onto their Facebook, same content, but on both platforms. If you get people commenting, oh, I would love to go to Naples. I'd love to go to Hawaii, right? I'd love to go to Italy, right? And I think that is one approach to it. But I mean, it seems like a lot of people have thoughts into kind of what you're doing, Kesher. So I think it's kind of hard to find in the chat. You could resend your info in the main chat. I think everyone could just kind of reach out at you
Okay.
since everyone has.
Yeah, drop your
comments.
Facebook,
Yeah.
your business page.
Yes, let me put it right now.
Sure.
to kind of piggyback off the
Who
Spencer,
wanted to go?
in
Yeah,
those
go ahead.
posts that you have, having a call to action too, like if you're looking for this, reach me now, or things like that. Or have you ever wanted to go to Hawaii but didn't know the cost? Reach out to me and I can let you know, like those type of things.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Kestra, I need to tell you this. I need to tell you this.
I'm listening.
It's gonna be a bomb, right? Adam, Spencer, and Arthur tell you or give you bags of gold. So much gold. Where's your pen and your paper?
Mine's right here. And this is gold
You
for
have it,
everybody.
Kestra?
Side note,
I
I will
hear you?
send meeting recaps out to
I'm typing as everybody says everything.
Please, because they just gave you massive.
Yes,
right?
I'm typing everything down. Yes.
So, and I want to add to everything. So, damn, that's crazy. First of all, do you have all your pages linked in? All of them together? Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everything. Everything's supposed to be together. Are you posting every day? Mistake number one. You need to post one time every day consistently.
On every platform?
Everything is connected. You post on one and everything goes together. I post on TikTok and it goes
Yeah,
all
cross
around. Like
post.
everything is connected. I mean, Spencer can tell you, everything is connected. You connect all your platforms. You put your emotional connection. You put what you do. Your clients are not only those things. Your clients is everything. Everybody is your client.
I will say something on that. Sorry. I recently did like 30 days of posting, and I am like my energy levels are like up and down and up and down. And there are days where I'm like, ugh, like dreading it. But the more you do it and the more you stay consistent, the easier it gets. And that's the same. Like I started using my voice in my post and it just cringy, cringy, cringy at first. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. And I've found that when I'm feeling really good, I'll batch draft a bunch of stuff, you know, and then I cross post it. So I only have to do it once. Um, I was doing TikTok for a while, but I really do have a solid following on Instagram. So I kind of like let TikTok go because it's just not where I exist. Um, so, but just being consistent, the momentum makes it so much easier. So, and you only need to use one post. You don't need to create 5 new posts every single day. You know, keep it simple, but just keep showing up. Diego.
Yes. So I'm with you, but you're not. Let's say an example. I don't exist on TikTok, right? Or I don't exist anywhere. Let's say an example. I don't exist. Well, that's the biggest problem. I'm what I do is I work every day, and I have been working every day for 12 hours the past decade, whether if I feel like it or not. Because if I want the dream, what I accomplish and what I'm going to get in the future, the only way you are going to do it is when you do things that you don't feel like it. You have to go. I create 45 videos in 1 hour, in 30 minutes, 15 seconds. You only need 15 seconds. And I don't feel like it, but I don't care. I don't care. Like, I need to go after it. I'm visible everywhere. I have a pitch, I have a structure, I have SOPs. So maybe I'm not gonna go into it because we're gonna go, but consistency, Kestra, consistency, consistency, whether you like it or not. You don't have you know your energy levels. So I wake up at 5 in the morning and I do my things, and whenever I have more energy, then I do my posts, and I have content for 6 months, and I don't have to do it anymore. I'm setting up myself to success. All I'm telling you
I
is that
agree with
you
that.
can work really, really hard for the next 1 month and make so much content that you're not gonna have to do it again. Structureize. Put yourself in a calendar. You do 12 hours every day. Every day. Networking events. Put yourself out there. This is a I will come back to this networking event. It's great.
Where did David go? Did you want to go, David?
You're
Can you all
muted,
hear
David.
me? I'm getting an internet connection unstable.
You're good, Abigail, but David, you're muted, bud.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, I was just gonna say, find a way to, if a lot of that is time consuming, find a way to automate that, set up your systems, and like um, gentleman was just saying about getting a schedule and schedule everything out, and then you can actually have those post in all those different platforms whenever you decide for them to be posted once a day, twice a day, or however many times a day you want them. But they can be automated, so now you're not taking up all your time doing these posts. But find the time to, obviously make the content, because you have to put the content into the schedule to make sure it's automated. And I'd like to turn it back over.
And I just want to add to that real quick too,
Mhm.
because you have a Facebook page, um, you can actually make a post and you can schedule the post to be like posted whenever you want. I just did it the other day. I think it was like 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I thought about making a post. So I made the post, and then you can actually schedule it for the next day and whatever time. So that way you can do it and be done and then not even think about it after that. So you can actually make a line of, maybe an all week, or I think I put in the chat, you can actually use chat GPT and put in there exactly what you're looking to do. You can actually look in there, and I've done it
Yeah,
myself. I've actually had a 30-day engagement brand like awareness campaign for myself to be able to do that. So like the first week was to build trust. This is what we do for our clients. This is what we've done for so and so. This is a little bit of the background, and you can actually do all those different things and pre-schedule them so that way you can spend 10, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours on a Saturday or Sunday, when you actually had the free time to actually do that and then schedule them, and then it be automated that way, and uh, be able to find a way to be able to connect all those different things, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, to be able to just boom automate it.
Amy.
It's the same concept, but only LinkedIn um, is I have automated. So I am curious if anybody has a workaround. I had somebody that had hacked into my Facebook account, and because I have almost 4,000 followers, I didn't want to lose that account. And Facebook did help me clean up some of it, and I never lost access to my page, but they shut down my meta because whoever had hacked in tried to um, use the financial side of it. I didn't have anything linked to it, but they tried to run ads, and they've locked down my meta. So I don't know if anybody has a workaround for scheduling posts when you've been locked out that way. Nobody.
Message them like
I
over and
have
over and over
twice.
and over. Be persistent.
I
I've
was
done it.
waiting for that
They
to
keep
help.
they keep helping, they'll it's been very gradual, very slow process, getting things moved and getting it disconnected from my account, but they told me they won't lift that restriction on Meta.
So you already sent a ticket?
Oh, I have a couple of times because they had created another account that they attached to mine, and they were trying to sell stuff. It was over in Hong Kong. They
Can
could
you
tell me
create
where the
another
account
account?
I could create another one, but then I lose all of the contacts that I have on there. There's no guarantee they're all going to follow. Like, that's my fear.
Vikrant, am I saying that right?
Yeah.
I will think on something. I think I send you my calendar. I will help you. I'll do some research, and if you ever jump to my calendar or whatever, I'll give you information that I'll help you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I mean, I just wanted to add up one thing. I don't know, maybe it would make a difference to any one of you here as a business owner, or as a startup owner, or as an emerging entrepreneur. We as humans, when we want to do something, we build up countless ideas in our mind. We don't, when we seek for some solution, we get a lot of answers from everyone. But we ourselves as human forget that we have already built up those ideas to execute them and to make ourselves sell more. So the thing that we lack is we build a lot of ideas in our mind and we don't execute it. We think this might work. This word that it might work are the only pointers that can make you grow or move more further. If you want to do something, if you want to try out, you think that, oh, this might work, might not work, how it is gonna reflect to the audience. Don't think about it. I mean, when we were when the company that I work for had gone into the same transition phase, and even when I go to networking events, the owners also say that don't think much, just execute and just call the action, how it does. Maybe it clicks, may it not. So if it clicks, it's good for you. If it doesn't, then you know, then what is the lacuna where you're lacking out. So when you build a lot of idea, that's one of your golden chances to, sell yourself more. So despite them getting more ideas from different people from different perspectives, you yourself had already built up previously in your mind, but you don't want to execute, maybe because of some fear, or maybe you think it won't work out. This just makes us move more behind rather than progressing in the business. So I just wanted to add up this. Thanks.
I agree with that. That's worked for me in the past as well.
Hi, I don't know how to raise my hand here, but I have something to add also.
You're great. Join.
Uh,
Can you
hi,
first introduce yourself? Because I
yes,
don't think you did. Yeah, okay.
I'm trying. Oh, okay. So here's my camera. My name is
Hi.
Salim. How is everyone? So I am an expert in UI UX. So basically, I design websites, mobile applications. I've also been in the tech industry for the last 10 years, probably. Also, I used to be a teacher, professor at the university. I taught for 5 years, also design. And now I'm entrepreneur. I have my own brand, jewelry brand called Engravery. I'm here in Canada. So my message, I think, towards Amy, it's just like an idea came to my mind because I see this happening a lot on TikTok when some content creators get blocked and they create an alternative page and then they started posting, hey, people, follow me on that page because like I might be banned or something. So you might go ahead and create a new page and post on your current page that explain to people nicely in a way that like, hey, I've been hacked somehow. There's nothing scary about this towards people, like because some people might think like, oh, if she got hacked, I might be hacked also. So explain it nicely that, hey, follow me on my backup page. We had an issue with the current page. And you will find a lot of loyal followers that like your content follow you to the other page. So that's just an idea that just it popped into my mind, and I think it's an easy fix, and you can immediately start doing it without waiting for the meta support and stuff. And yeah, just change your password to a strong one and move forward. Like I think I've tried at some point in the past to get help from also Meta, and when I have issues with it, it's endless game, like they might help you, but they might tell you like we can't do anything. And make sure you verify also your page. So um, make it like attach ID, like driver's license, something, so you can like in the future, if they need to verify it, I believe you can verify your accounts with the pages. Yeah, that's my only thing I wanted to add to Amy. Hope that will help.
Thank you.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
have a lot of taboo industry clients, cannabis specifically, but they get banned all the time on Meta, and they either set it up early, here's my backup account, follow it just in case, or they end up having to do it a little too late. But whenever they do the cross post, I mean, it's pretty instant. The loyal followers will shoot over there and give them a follow. So I think that's a great idea too. Anyone else?
All I gotta say is thank you. I know we're just 5 minutes away from closing, and keep going hard. Going hard. Don't focus so much and don't think too much. You cannot set it. I strongly believe on that. I don't think, I take action. Um, Guys, we can go over and over. I can go over
I
about
know.
my business, all about my growth for days and days and days.
Yeah.
So keep going hard. I hope that I see you again, guys. Please coming back. Always put yourself in the uncomfortable zone, making sure that you don't protect your ego. Make sure that you are vulnerable. Make sure that you fuck it up. I'm sorry for my language. You fuck it up. Take ownership for it. And your wins. Always give gratitude to yourself. But if you want to change, if you want to grow, don't protect your ego. That's how I became successful.
Frighten your ego.
And everybody.
Frighten your ego and do
So-
it scared. Arthur.
And
Oh.
I just want to say thank you guys for everyone who actually came, stayed, had some good input. I definitely look forward to connecting to a lot of everybody that has reached out to me personally. I've copied and pasted everybody's LinkedIn stuff, so I'll definitely be reaching out. This little guy is definitely, I guess, finding your why on why you do what you do, like Diego was saying, right? And the times where you guys have the doubts, the anxiety, those different type of things in your own like entrepreneurial things, all those other people who are naysayers and who are saying all these negative things, haters, whatever, they're not going to pay your bills, man. Okay, they're not going to pay your bills. They're not going to take care of your little ones, the people that you love and care about. So don't be, I guess, you're not stupid, you're stubborn, right? You're stubborn in making sure that you're going to be doing the things that you want to do to provide for your family, for yourself, and the dreams that you guys have. So I just want to say thank you guys for everybody who stayed. I'm excited to come to the next one. It's going to be even a bigger turnout and have even more gold nuggets to share with everybody.
I want to add something to him because I love to speak. Protect your dreams at all costs. People project their limits into you, and that's their story, not yours. If you want something, you don't need approval from nobody. You need to take action, protect your vision, even from people who love you, even from yourself. God bless everybody.
Kenny.
Wow. First of all, you guys are speaking my language 100%, right? I almost feel like, because usually I talk a little bit more in the group, but this week it was nice to kind of take a back seat because Arthur, you had some amazing points. Diego, great points. Adam, like you guys really brought it together. And I guess in the spirit of motivation, one of my favorite quotes is actually from Michael Jordan, right? He says, "Some people wish it would happen, others want it to happen, and others make it happen." So that's the biggest difference.
Man, I love you guys already. I'll see you
Diego,
next time.
yeah, the feeling is mutual for sure.
Yes.
I'm here every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Please join me. We talk a lot about marketing usually every week. But I love that and I for sure am obsessed with the mindset work behind it. But I'm also open to like financial strategy questions too. Like that's kind of where it's in my DNA. There's no other way to just put it. So bring stuff like that when you come back too. And I would love to like really get into, tax strategy and building assets and, legacy wealth, stuff like that. So I'd love to have that conversation. Another little announcement. So I am hosting I think I've posted it on my Eventbrite page. Actually, maybe not. It's going to go out in an email. It'll be only open to current email subscribers. So anyone who's attended meetings like this, we're going to really dive into, it's kind of like a hot seat call, if you will, on financial strategy. So if you've got something that you really need help with, bring that question to me, shoot me an email, and I would love to, feature your question. We're going to record it. Kind of a special event sort of situation. And I'll be sending an email recap out tomorrow. And in that will be an invite to book on my calendar, and I would love for you all to do that. It would be great to continue this conversation. So, any last thoughts? Diego, bring the vibes every time, all right?
Yes.
Love it.
Yes. I hope that people get on my calendar and so we can stay connected. And if y'all need some networking events also, so start getting out there, start training, and start doing your pitch, because, think as a shark. Remember this. You're here to make money, not friends. Money. So we can be friends after it, but we
We can
here
be
to
friends.
make
Yeah.
money.
Oh,
So
great.
I love you guys. I'll see you soon. And if I can get
Thanks.
that email with a link so I can just
Yeah.
yes, because I'm a
Yeah.
busy man.
Please do. Please do.
Okay.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
bye guys. Artur, I hope I see
Bye.
you soon.
You will.
Bye,
Take
Adam.
care.
Hope
Take
to
care.
visit
Yeah,
everybody in
we'll
my
see you
next
next
meeting.
week, man. This is great.
All
You
right,
guys are
everyone. It was a pleasure. I'm
everybody
looking
gets
Thank you,
forward to the
in.
everybody.
next week.
Thank
Nice
you
Bye,
and
guys.
dynamic.
guys.
This is great.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See you, Arthur. Take it easy, man. Adam, nice to see you.
You too, Kenny.
Abigail, you have a great night, okay?
You
Everybody, let's keep in
too.
touch. Let's keep in touch,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Please.
Likewise.
This is very
Amazing.
dynamic. I go at a lot of, I go at a lot of these where it's silent and people just, sales pitching the whole hour and nobody really gets anything out of it.
You know, I almost stopped the intros, I'll be honest with you, because I don't want this is gonna come out very direct, but I don't want the sales pitch. We're here
Mhm.
to get to know one another, and I feel like and I say
If you
this to
vibe
everybody,
well enough, you should be able to just connect organically. Yeah.
through the natural course of the conversation, you learn what people do and you learn where their passions are. And there's always the room that's great for the elevator pitch and it's great and it's like sign on, here I am, and then most people sign off by and they just want their like 30 seconds or 1 minute. But this is a more intimate setting, and having the back and forth conversation is really what it's all about in here.
And quite honestly, we sell by telling stories.
Yeah.
So if you give someone a piece of advice and they say, "Oh, wow, that applies to me. I need to speak to him. I need to speak to her about that." So it's going to happen organically, like everyone's saying. So you don't really have to, and it's also much more comfortable, I think, for everybody when you're not trying to one up each other and try to sell. And I was on a presentation last month, and the gentleman on the panel, and I'm not quiet. I talk a lot and I can go on for, 18 hours a day. But yeah, I know when it's better to be an active listener than be a talker. And this one gentleman who's on the panel, every sentence, every second was, as a consultant, I'm a consultant, I'm a consultant, I'm a consultant. And I said to people, I'm not here for you to hire me. I'm here to help you and give you advice. And if some of it'll be good, that'll make sense, and some may not. No one's perfect, but it doesn't matter what I am or what I do. If you like what I have to say and you want and want more, you'll reach out to me. If you don't, you don't. End the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm with you. I'm with you. But this has been, for a group of people who I never met in my life, obviously, and this is the first time. You really pulled together something special because there's a lot of these all day long, and there's one locally here on Long Island in New York, and the woman promotes like her business. Every email is not about networking; it's about her opportunity to use her service. And I'm like, why would I want to do that? Maybe I would if there was a need, but like you're supposed to be holding a networking event for everybody, and no one's even getting together to talk. You're just selling your service. So this has been unbelievable, and as I see synergies, like I can connect the dots anywhere. It doesn't matter who they are. I can figure it out. You're either a customer, a prospect, a key influencer, a referral source. You're one of 4 or 5 things, no matter what.
That's right. Yeah, I was gonna
Mhm.
say, I felt very, very similarly to you. Like the very first time I attended this networking event,
Penny's
um,
been coming for like 6 months
yeah,
every day. Him and I
dude,
have
but
built a good friendship based on
yeah,
this. We don't know
I
each other.
just, yeah, I keep coming back just because Abigail is so real, right? She's just authentic and she really genuinely cares about the people here. So that resonates with me and that keeps me coming back.
It shows, Kenny. Shows with Arthur. Shows with you. Obviously, Diego, is going to be on a pulpit somewhere one day soon. um, but no, this is great. And look, business is about relationships. We all can do business with. A lot of people offer a lot of the same things. And what do people say? We choose who we want to work with because we think we're going to get along with them and enjoy the process. So
Yeah.
if I have 3 salespeople that are selling me software, 2 of them have a good product, but I really just don't connect with them for whatever reason. And the third person has the same exact product, and we just have a great time, like we've known each other for 10 years, that's who I'm choosing to do business with, even if it's a little bit more expensive or whatever. It's about relationship. Business is all about people, and people are about relationships. End of story.
You know, on the other hand of that, same, but the opposite end, I've had a prospective client that's been trying to work with me, and I'll only take on a small quantity at a time, and I try to, really focus on quality level, not quantity level.
Right.
And this client has been not even a client yet, still to this day. They have been emailing me weekly and this problem or that problem. They sent me their tax returns. They won't sign my contract. They want to make changes to it. They suddenly went from like 1 day a week to now, oh, I gotta go check the mail another day a week. And I just sent them an email on Monday and I was like, you know what? Like, this is really starting to become like an issue, and you haven't even signed with me yet. In 10
Right.
years, no one has ever changed my client services agreement, and I'm happy to sign an NDA or additional add-ons, but like changing the way that I do business, right? And they think they're a client like this big, and for me, like
Yeah.
they're like way down. No, not down here. Not that any client is less or more than another, but they're acting like they're a conglomerate and
You
they're
know what
really
though?
like
Takers have no boundaries nor limits,
that's it.
and
This is a boundary issue.
the bigger they are. I can't tell you honestly, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, how many literally billionaire entrepreneurs I've met, and all they've done is ask me for free stuff, and not once have they, out of the kindness of their heart, said, "Hey, Adam, I see you've been doing all this stuff for me for the last few months. Every time I ask you, you help me out." How they even put their hand in their pocket. And you know what?
Yes.
It's not about money. It's about class, about doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, you know what? And I said to one guy, I said, you know what? I work with an amazing amount of underrepresented entrepreneurs. And you know what? They pay me more than you do.
And they value you
Yeah,
beyond what they're paying
it's
you most of the time.
I can't tell you how many call me and say, Adam, I prayed for someone like you. I'm like, well, I'm not that great. Let's not get, but they mean it in a way like someone who believes in me. And I
Yes.
do. It's not about me. This is about helping people. From my perspective, it's about helping as many business owners as I can succeed. And that success is what it looks like to them. It's not about me. Like, so, some of them say, well, what do you charge? I'm like, well, what's your budget? I go, I can charge whatever I want, but if you can't afford me, what's the difference? So you tell me what your budget is, and let's figure it out. Now, the ones that have money, I said, you know what? I am done being a nice guy. Just yesterday, I said, you know what? You can't make a decision. Here's a scope of services. Here's what it's going to cost you. I want 50% up front, 50% on the back end when it's done. If you don't like it, move on. I am done being the nice guy for the people who don't appreciate it. Now,
Sometimes those people really appreciate that directness, though. Did you close that deal?
yeah, of course,
Yeah.
because I was getting ready to write her off, and she knew it. And
Yeah.
everybody wants what
Yeah.
they can't have. But
Yeah.
it's like, but it's really the, my best friends from sixth grade. He's like, it's great you meet these high level people. They're the worst ones. They're windbags. Forget it. Who gives a crap? He's like, who cares how much a shirt costs? Who cares? He's like, who cares? And he's right. But it's the one who says, Adam, you know what? I can afford literally an hour with you this month. Is that okay? You know what? She's like, and I'll tell you as soon as the call's over. I'm like, relax, it's okay. And
They
you know
won't
what?
be late.
Right.
They'll confirm. They'll do half the work, half the administrative work for you because they're so excited to be working with you.
Right. And you know what? Literally, the phone hangs up. The woman said to me, Adam, I'm so sorry. I forgot to Zell you yesterday. I'm like, it's okay. The fact that you even addressed it means more than the actual money.
Right,
So,
because that means that they respect the expertise.
right,
Yeah.
absolutely. And it's just about working with people. And there's got to be that mutual admiration, that mutual respect. And that's what makes it all worthwhile. Like someone said to me, again, a very successful business person, billions of dollars, whatever. And he said, what's your goal? I said, if I could get 30 small businesses from around the country, I work with each one of them, each one 1 hour, 30 to 40, 1 hour a week each. That fills my 30, 40 hour schedule. Not only will I make more than I'm making at my day job, but I will be doing something that I love. But look at all those people I'll be helping every day. And he goes, well, he goes, but you can't scale. He goes, and that's a grind. I said, what about you calling me every single day to do stuff all day long? And I'm working from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. anyway. That's a grind. At least I'm helping people that appreciate it for the 40, 50 hours a week. I do that now. I work 12, 14 hours a day at my job, and I volunteer, and I do all this stuff. So for me,
Mhm.
double my salary and work 40, 50 hours would be like a part-time job.
That's like what I've done with my life. I'm a pretty stubborn, like not totally my way is the highway. I will always admit my mistakes and I will
Sure.
admit if I don't know something. But I've gotten my life to a point where I have a lot of free time now because I've built my life based on my passion. I have quality clients that respect my time. And I get to like, I have a good team that will do a lot of like the dirty work for me. And then I get to show up with like the higher level information. And I have so much time freedom now because I've intentionally created the life that I wanted. You actually reminded me, so, and Kenny, we were texting a little bit, but like one of my principles that I really haven't announced, and I'm gonna put this in the email update, is like I I am not a late person. I don't show up late to things. I always show up early. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're fucked. And so like if people are beyond 15 minutes late to this call, they don't get in. For one, you're disrupting everybody's flow and like most of the group has already introduced themselves and you're not going to give them the time of day. Like you don't belong here. You are either here to meet others as well as introduce yourself, or this isn't the right group for you. So, and that's nothing to say about your friend. I don't, there was, there have been some people
Yeah.
waiting in the waiting room. They're still there since like 7:15, but I had 205 people sign up today,
Wow.
which
Wow.
is my biggest sign up since I started this. Like it blew it out of the water by like 70 people. I've been in the 130s most of the time.
That's
Um,
awesome.
so I really wanted to be super mindful of the people who are here on time and not interrupt the flow. And usually if you're here late, you're going to be nervous about introducing yourself. You're going to have missed 10 people already, and you're not going to participate at a higher level because you kind of swept in. So I'm going to put that in my email though as a reminder to be on time or you don't make the cut.
Absolutely. And I can't speak for my friend who, tried to enter late, but I was here on time, right?
Okay.
I
You
got it.
always are. You always are. And because of your loyalty, though, like even if you were 15 minutes late, I'd let you because you're here all the time. You're always here.
Do you email an invite, or is it just like I found you on Eventbrite? I was looking for opportunities. Do you email like, with
Yeah.
invites ongoing now that you've got me in your system?
Yeah. So next week's will be in the email tomorrow.
Great, awesome. This is
Um,
great. Yeah, this is awesome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I've booked out all of June on Eventbrite, so you can sign up there too. But my email tomorrow will have it.
Okay.
Also, so this business strategy session that I'm hosting um is specifically for the membership, but I want to make sure that I get a diverse group of people together with like really actually intimate questions for me to and I would love your input. I think you would be really really great with the input. Um like I want to get into the nitty gritty because I think, one man's lesson could be something that
Oh,
someone needs down the road
sure.
or from any phase of business, whether it be startup, and startups are a great, place to start. But I even love like the multi-million gross revenue because we're starting to get into complex tax strategy and I like really thrive in those conversations.
That's cool.
Um,
I mean,
so
yeah. I mean, I
bring it
think
all.
quite honestly, one of the best meetings I ever attended. I'm big on pipelines, meaning instead of me knocking on 1,000 doors, I got to go to one room that's got the 1,000 people inside it, right? That's how I know. That's connect the dots. I grew up doing business development, lawyers, accountants, so I get it. So I was one. I'm also certified as an athlete development specialist. Thought maybe going there because a lot of the athletes in transition, they want to start businesses. You can't crack that circle if you tried. It's not worth it. Whatever.
Right.
Anyway,
Michael Jordan did it best, I would say.
yeah, well, but I'm
Yeah.
talking about helping. If you're a non-athlete, helping athletes with services,
Right.
it's very hard. Even if you give them something on a platter, they don't respond. Whatever.
Artists can be similar.
Yeah, it's
Creative.
so, but I said, okay, but I went to an organization, a nonprofit that has coaches that coach the athlete, right? They're,
Right.
so I said, okay. So the woman said to me, why don't you do a coach the coach event? So I got on for like 30 minutes and all these coaches had rosters of players. Again, nothing ever happened from it, but I was on the hot seat. Literally, all they did was fire questions at me for 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I
It
want
was,
on this
it
call.
was
I want to be fired at
it was
questions.
it was great because no two questions were alike. You could
Yeah.
have three people in the same business and they all approach it from three different perspectives. Every
Yes.
business owner is unique. That's why for
Yes.
me, all I want is one-on-ones. I don't want group
Yes.
sessions. I want one-on-ones because you're unique and I want to show you that all I do, or at the moment, all I care about is you and your specific needs.
Yes.
So, but it was cool. You would love it, Abigail, because they just like, oh, I've got this kind of business, and here's my challenge. What about marketing? What about business development? What's the difference? What about this? What about that? I mean, on and on and on. I mean, I could have done, I could have done a radio show, a blog for hours with these people, but they were so hungry for knowledge and help with their business that, even though there's so much out there, it's almost like you're so distracted you don't even know where to turn. You go down the rabbit hole and you can't figure it out. But
Yeah.
these business owners were like, the one woman's like, oh, I had an interview with the San Francisco Giants to do their yoga and they didn't hire me. I'm like, well, why don't you go back and tell them you'll do a free session with the players and let the players to ask for it? Because now you work both sides against the middle. You're asking management. Management is 50 old white guys and they can't move. They can't touch their toes. You
And
want
they have a budget and the players have like unlimited funds. So
right. So, or at least go both sides against the middle and say, okay, go do something do a session for the players for free and let them go to management. Oh my God, when are we hiring her? She was great. There's always a workaround. There's always an opportunity to do something. And sometimes you've got to take one step back to take two steps forward. And it's not always about making money that first ask.
yeah.
And sometimes you're more successful when you don't ask for anything the first time. You just show up just to meet them. And your purpose was to get in and do something. But you know what? I'll ask them the second time I come back, not the first time. And there's just so many ways around. But that's just the beauty of this, that, a lot of these business owners that we all come across are so smart and they're so passionate about what they do. But the best ones are the ones that are okay admitting, I don't know what I don't know and I need help. Those are your best clients. When you take a corporation that thinks they know everything, I'm like, whatever. You guys know everything. There's nothing I
You don't
could
need
tell you.
me.
See,
Mhm.
oh, I did that. I did that. If you did everything I'm telling you, then why did you call me to help you?
Right.
So, but yeah, you should do some kind of just a hot seat type of event
Yeah.
where they're just throwing,
That's
bombs
the
at you.
idea. I love it. I love it so
And
much.
it's
Yeah.
fun. It's and
Yeah.
and you're funny at the end of the day. You're like, wow, you know what? I handled mostly every question. And you know what they say? If you can't answer, you know what? I don't have the answer. I'll get back to you. That's okay. You're only human. But you'll be
That's how I
surprised how many you
operate.
actually do know.
And then because I love this topic, so like I love the accounting world
Right.
so much, I will get off a call and I'll do the research, or I'll be, if it's something that let's say like a complex, buying and selling of an asset, or like
Right.
requiring something like journal entry related, you know, it could be more complicated than the standard entry. I solve those problems in my subconscious.
That's
I
great.
wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, here's the answer, this is what we're gonna do, and it just goes exactly the way that it needs to. But
It's
like
cool. But like,
I
take Kestra for example. She's talking about the long road of building up a following, and so everybody calls themselves a tech company. They want subscribers, they want members. You're selling product. You're not a technology company. I work for a law firm. My day job. We use computers. We're not a technology company. We're a law firm. But like as soon as she said women over 50, I went online. I looked at the top 50 blogs for women over 50 travelers. I'm like, Kestra, your whole audience is sitting there already. There are platforms of people gathering every day talking about travel, and they're all women over 50. Go on these
yeah,
blogs as a guest, and you're done. You don't even need to build your own. You'll build
yeah,
a following that way. But
Yeah.
everybody is so hooked on followers and connections. And like I said, do you want one quote, one sentence quote in the New York Times, or do you want to write a 30-page article that took you 3 months to do and it goes into some obscure magazine that no one's going to read? I'll take
Right.
that one sentence all day long.
Yeah.
You can link to
That's
the Times.
brilliant.
You know what I mean? And that's what, that's the beauty of this stuff. It really could be so simple. But again, I don't expect them to know that. But that's why we're here. And we're here to shorten the curve for them and help them grow instantly. I tell everybody, give me 30 minutes for a free session. I'll give you at least one nugget that you'll make more money than you made all year. I say,
Absolutely.
I said, you
Yeah.
don't want to work with me? Don't. But I offer everybody the 30-minute free strategy session because it's out there. And like, I'll give you another example. These two guys that I know, they were in the sports world. They said they had a sports agency. They had a guy from the 49, another guy from the 49ers. He's like, I'm not going anywhere for free. I want to start a health and wellness business. I want to have an event for an hour and get a bag of cash and leave. I go, that's not a business. I go, here's what you want to do with the guy. I go, here, tell him to do this. He wants to do corporate wellness. Tell him to speak for free on a 30-minute panel for the Association of Corporate Health and Wellness. They've got 1.5 million members in this country alone. After 30 minutes in front of a 200-person audience at a conference, 20 of them will be lined up to hire him. What did he do? He went, and guess what? Now he's got a corporate wellness business and he's got real clients. And I've got 100 stories like that. And most of them not with people that have money. I'm talking about most of them were underrepresented with no money. And I've helped them build fashion photography businesses, IT companies, you name it. Not because I'm great, because I'm willing to help them. And I just use what I know to help them and how I would shorten the curve and get them out there quicker without spending
Your
money.
passion makes you great, though.
I don't ask them to spend a lot of money. I said, I don't want you to spend money. I want you to do things that don't take a lot of money so you can use your own money when you start making it to self-fund yourself. And it's like, did you ever think about going to a conference and speaking? Or did you ever think about going to a networking event where you have 30 decision makers in one room? No, I mean, I'll give you one more story because, like, again, I could do this all night long, and I love this stuff, and I'm passionate about it. I really should quit my job if I wasn't afraid. But anyway,
you should quit your job, and I will help you not be afraid if you want. And I don't charge for it because you'll be a long-term client. That's kind
I
of
was gonna say, like every story you've told, I'm like, dude, I've met like two people, especially recently. If you would let me tell it's pretty short.
Go ahead, go for it.
So this actually happened yesterday, right? So this goes back to what you were saying about people actively like searching for you, right? Like sometimes a person will sell themselves, right?
Right.
So I met this guy, his name is Stu. Um, and somehow, you know, I found his information like through a networking event. I reached out to him. He like, um, this is like perfect timing because I just got back from vacation. I'm looking to like revamp my website, this thing. I'm looking to run ads. And he was like, wait, tell me about your company again. I was like, yeah, my name is Kenny, Atlas Studios, all things business development. He like, okay, yeah, yeah. So I'm definitely gonna need you guys' help. He's like, can you guys meet with me next week, Wednesday? And I was like, yeah, 100%. Let's talk things out, iron out the details, and there you go. You know what I mean? So it's really funny that you actually you have more experience than I do,
I'm
obviously,
older than
but
you. I'm an old guy. That's the problem. All right. You're young. You're lucky.
but no, you are absolutely right. You know what I mean? And even on top of that, I had another client who created like an AI chatbot kind of thing. Like if you're calling a company, the AI chatbot will answer, hi, my name is Ty, the AI assistant. How can I help you today? Right? And the main thing was the AI chatbot was very obviously AI, right? So when people pick up the phone and a robot picks up, it's like it kind of puts you off, right? It's like
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
I don't want to talk to you. Maybe I'll call you later, right? Um, so my first suggestion was if you can change the voice of the chatbot to sound a little bit more human and take away the fact that it identifies itself as an AI assistant, right? So just say, "Hi, my name is Ty. How can I help you today?" Right? That small little adjustment could be the biggest difference in how they sell it to other companies. If they're like telemarketers or things like that, anybody with a sales department, right? My second suggestion was if they can actually present an option for the AI assistant to connect with a live agent, right? Because they didn't have that feature. So I said, let's say, okay, they answer the phone. Cool. Now they're talking to the chat bot. What if they get tired of that? What if they just want to talk to a real person, right? A real sales agent. So present that option to people, right? And make that a part of your package. And he said, oh, wow, I never thought of that before. And I was like, yeah, it's funny what one conversation can do.
Because they're so entrenched in what they're doing, yet this is their product, and you just gave them two good ideas that they didn't think of, obviously. But it's like, it's also like I find a lot of business owners. Again, I think I said it earlier. I call it a land grab. They want revenue from anywhere they can, but it's really taking them off their main focus. Let's just say you do web design and that's it, but someone says, "Hey, can you write me speeches?" Yeah, you're a good writer, but if you start writing speeches, guess what? You're not focusing on your web design business, which is the core.
Mhm.
But and some of my clients, like I said, they're volunteers. So one gentleman lost his job in Seattle with Boeing, I think it was, but he was doing like product photography for them, and he's like, "All right, I want to start my own photography studio. I want to do sports, entertainment, media, and fashion." I'm like, "Okay, that's great. Let's pick one." He's like, "I really want to do fashion, but I have no idea." So again, I do a little homework, like Abigail does, right? I dig into it. I said, "Do you realize 20?" And this was like in 5 minutes while we're on the phone still. I said, "Do you know 20 minutes from you next week there's a runway show? You have a whole fashion week like they do in New York." He goes, "I had no idea." I said, "Do this right now. Call this number. Tell them that you want to come shoot the event for free." He calls while I'm waiting. He puts me on hold. He goes, "I called them." It was like 2 minutes. I called them. They said yes right away. They're gonna have a pass for me at the gate. I'm going in, and I'm gonna be in this room with designers, models, manufacturers, the whole lot, and the media. They liked him so much, they gave him the rest of the year's schedule. So now he's got a fashion photography business.
Wow.
I mean,
Adam, what are you doing? Why are you not doing this
You-
full time?
I'll tell you
Yeah,
why.
what's up with the law company?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'm very honest. I'm very honest myself. When I was divorced, I was paying more than I even want to admit to anybody out loud. And part of that, I was out of work for 18 months while that was happening because I was so pissed off at an accounting firm. I was at Citron Cooperman as their CMO. And I was so pissed at the world. I'm like, I'm not working like this and giving all my money. I said, I'll never go without cash flow. I will never do that again. It was literally 10 years of trying to keep my head above water to give half of everything I brought home away. And yes, it's for my kids, and I would do anything for them, but I will never be without a cash flow or revenue stream. I can't do it. It was so ugly for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's it. But you're right. I work with 800 lawyers in a huge 800, $900 million firm. They don't appreciate anything, not like my clients or my volunteer work does. I'll get there though, because I love doing this. And like I said, I've got hundreds of stories of entrepreneurs who I like. I'll give you another quick. Like I go to like Chase Bank. They do this, minority banking programs. And I belong like on Long Island. I belong to the Long Island African American Chamber of Commerce. So I go to Chase Bank to all these monthly meetings, and one woman has this business, and someone says to her, "Who has a business but has no revenue?" So the woman raises her hand. She goes, "I have no revenue." And then this other woman says to her, "Well, what do you do?" "I teach, students ethics, almost like let's just call it charm school, for lack of a better term. I can't think of it right now." So I said, so this is for students." So she goes, "But I don't know who to sell it to." I said, "I do." She goes, "Who?" I go, "PTA. It's all the parents of the students that you want to sell. And the parents are the gatekeeper. Mom is the gatekeeper." She goes, "I never would have thought of that in a million years. And it's right under my nose." And it happens every single day.
You're gifted, truly.
And I
You're
just,
truly gifted.
so I appreciate it, but I have to give credit to these firms I grew up in, because business development for us was not in law firms, and was not sales. It was connecting the dots. It's,
Yeah.
you do this. How do I put you in front of the right audience with the right message in the right channel? So I love this stuff. I literally, I know I'm close. I'm holding my fingers this close, because I know literally 30 to 40 clients. Literally, they'll pay me $200 a week. So for under $10,000 a year, I will help them make hundreds of thousands, if not more, and I will make more than I've ever made. and everybody wins.
Yeah.
Just a matter of time, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
but
Yeah.
I love this stuff, and you know, it just I'm so passionate about it. And again, I help a lot more people than I make anything because I have a full-time job, so I have no pressure to hit people up for money. Well, again, when I know they have it, I absolutely will. But when they come through a volunteer channel, obviously I can't and I won't. But I've helped women bring product in from Nigeria and get them into retail. I've helped catering companies take on more than 24 events a year by going into Indian weddings where they do 5-day long weddings and they book the hotel for 5 days and they book 3 rooms. You name it, I've touched it. And I love it. And I just, you know, I love an audience and I love a stage. Not that I want to be the public speaker, but I just love helping people hit their goals, meet their dreams, make them come true. Because these
Wow.
people are so passionate, and you're almost like sometimes they come to you like you're my last hope. Like if you didn't take my call, I was gonna quit. And I'm like,
Adam, dude, let me tell you right now, we got to talk, man. Everything you said, like
I'm like,
Abigail and I have talked. It's like hearing myself. It's like
you guys need to have a one-on-one so
our
bad.
no, we
that's
will.
literally
But
my
I've taken up
philosophy,
enough time.
man.
This has
Yeah.
been so amazing. And
Thank you.
again, I do a million of these things, and I'm literally after like 45 minutes, I'm like, nobody wants to hear from me. Nobody wants to connect. No, everyone's afraid of competition. And I'm not here to steal anybody's business. I'm here to, you know, what do they use the word co-opetition, right? If we can't,
That's
you know,
right.
if you work, I say to people, even like accountants, you have like some, you know, there's the whole Association of Small Business Accountants, right? PASBA. I said to them, you don't do what I do. I don't do what you do, nor do I want to. But you have a whole audience of small businesses that after you help them get their financials in order, they want to grow, they need strategy, they want business development, they want all this stuff. We can collaborate and we could blow it out of the water. I'm actually making traction with funding companies because the funding companies get these small businesses funded, and a lot of the own business owners are asking them strategic questions, and like, we don't do that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
let me be your business advisor for all your customers. I'm like, it's a no-brainer. It's a value add for you. You've got 1,000, you closed 1,000 loans in 2 years. It means you've got 1,000 small businesses. I'm like, let's make it happen. So yeah, I'm nuts about this stuff, and I'm so close. But yeah, Kenny, we'll connect. Abigail, I'd love to connect with you.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants one-on-one, I love to. I'd love to do it. And again, it's not about, I have no agenda. If something comes out of it, great. If it doesn't, we're friends and we help each other grow. Who cares?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was gonna ask did you get a chance to grab my info from the chat?
I did. I may have even reached out to you on LinkedIn, but I'm going to get all the notes. But I copied the whole chat box and put it on a Word doc. Kenny's
Nice. That's
info,
smart.
correct? Atlas. I got Kenny at atlasstudios.com. And
Yes,
now
sir.
you're never getting rid of me, Kenny. I got you.
I don't think
Oh
Kenny's
boy.
gonna want to get rid of you.
No, you seem like a great guy, man. And your
I have you
philosophy
too.
lines right up
Everybody,
with
this
mine.
this is great.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
your email. Anybody needs anything from me, obviously, I'm an open book. I work around the clock. It's like I work, and I work some more. I take a break to walk the dog a few times a day, and that's my piece. And then after that, I go back to work. So it's again, I want to help as many business owners succeed as I possibly can.
I love that perspective.
Dude,
It's the name of the game.
this is why, like, dude, creating the change in the world that we would like to see. You know, I'm all about that.
Yeah, and you know, it's not that hard to do it. You just have to, like, you know what? Someone mentioned no egos. It's not about me. It's about them. You know,
100%.
and I check my ego at the door. I could care less. Doesn't matter to me. It's not about me or anything.
Wow, dude, I need to shake your hand.
Got it, buddy. I'm gonna email you, Abigail. You'll send us notes, and I'll be on the call next week too. But
Cool.
I'd like to set up one-on-ones prior to that if we can.
Yeah.
And I'll tell
For
you
sure.
also, what fuels my fire when these rich, stubborn, spoiled attorneys piss me off. I go do volunteer work. Same. I'll take a call. I'll call a volunteer client and be like, "Oh, I have an extra hour today. Can I help you?" I'm like, "That's what you get for pissing me off. Now I'm gonna go help and do some good in the world." So that's how I
Amen.
kind of use that bad energy and turn it into something positive.
I love that. I've been doing a little bit of that kind of redirection with a good friend of mine who's trying to really launch off a breathwork coaching
Mhm.
business.
Right.
She was just got this too good to be true offer. I'm like, all right. I'm like, do you mind if I sit in on this call with you? Because this seems like, first of all, who is this guy? Where did he find you? Like, what's going on here? He wants to fill a 3,000 person auditorium. I'm looking at his Instagram. He's got 200 followers. Hasn't posted since January. I'm like, okay. So I get on the call and I'm like this. Like this guy is taking advantage of you. He's talking in circles. He's lying. He doesn't have the qualifications and he's bullshitting you and he's gonna steal her name.
Right.
He's like every 5 minutes, the cost of his production is going up $5,000. He's not gonna
Oh my
partner with
God.
her, even though he's using language like partner. And I'm like, I'm like, I'm like pacing around in the background. I'm like, you gotta hang up on this guy. I'm like, hang
Yeah.
up on this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
We
sounds
get him
like one
off
of
the
the calls
phone.
you get that identifies as like scam likely or something.
We send him an
It's
email that's like, this is how this is gonna go. I'm either 50% net actual cost if I'm a partner and you're going to use my name. I'm going to license the brand and it's going to be mine. Or you're going to pay me a flat fee of $10,000 plus a percentage of vendors that I sign up and a percentage of ticket sales beyond cost.
right.
He at first he's like, yes, goes around and around and around and around the same story he's been going on. 2 nights ago, at 3 o'clock in the morning, he sends her a text message this long, basically saying he doesn't appreciate me as a person and he doesn't do business with contracts. He does it based on trust. And I was like,
Oh my, yeah.
Megan,
How ironic
run
is
for
that?
your life.
Yeah, trust
Run.
me. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
And the dog ate
He
my
is a
homework. Yeah.
scam artist.
You
Oh
know,
God.
it's unbelievable. But you said it at the beginning of your story. I was taught very early on from my dad back in the day, if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true.
If it quacks like a duck, man.
And that's not being a pessimist. It's just if it's too good to be true, when's the other shoe going to drop? And you're
Right.
so right, Abigail. You told your friend that right off the bat. It sounds too good to be true.
He
That's
just was using very circular language, wouldn't shut up, and was like beating a dead horse on this whole thing. And I'm like, he's not listening to you at all. I also, so a lot of my professional background is in North Jersey, Bergen County area.
sure.
And it's like pretty cutthroat area in the greater New York City, you know.
Yeah.
So to come up here to Maine and New Hampshire and have that cutthroat background, I'm like, no bullshit. I'll sit on a call and people know immediately how I feel about it. And I will interrupt if someone won't shut up. And I'll be going to the people I'm sitting with, like, mm-mm, or hell yeah, like this is awesome. And she has never, like, she's one of my best friends. So, like, we hang out, we have dinner and like
Right.
stuff, you know, casual. And she'd never seen that side of me before where I was like, you know, mama bearing her, like,
I
this is
love it.
not
I love it.
gonna
That's what friends are
work
for.
out.
I'm glad that you were there though.
Yeah, you
She was
saved her
like,
a
"Oh
lot
my
of
God, I'm
grief.
so glad you were there. Like you absolutely changed the trajectory of everything." She was gonna roll over and just like do this for 500 bucks. But the
I
guy was gonna use her as a headliner and use and trademark her name with his, like, I'm like, Megan, what he
yeah,
sent you.
he's gonna take all
He
her
was
IP.
like, I'm gonna get off this call right now and I'm gonna go look up that trademark. And I was like, I went like so fast to the phone. I said, the hell you are. I was like, I will call a lawyer right now. I'm like, that's Megan's information and you will absolutely not be trademarking that information. There's witnesses here and I will come after you.
Good for you.
And
I
he
mean,
was like,
Amen to that.
yeah, I had a client. They created this cool food service app. It not only obviously can you order your food ahead or reserve a table, but you can reserve a table and order your meal. So if you're in a rush, this and that. So I said, you need to sell this to all restaurants that are in a certain distance of events, movie theaters, you know, stadium, everything. Oh, you know the deal. But anyway,
yeah.
he calls me, goes, I got a hold of Damon John. I go, you spoke to him? Well, no, we've been doing it through text. I go, he does not text you. Are you kidding me?
Hell no.
I go,
Hell
he goes,
no.
I want to give him,
Nobody.
I go,
On Shark Tank.
right. I go, he
Yeah.
goes, $3,000. And I go, what would you, go, I go, have you spoken to anybody live yet? He goes, no. He goes, but it's Damon John. I know it's him. I go, how
Give
do
him
you
a
know
call
it's
then.
him? I
Give
go,
him a
tell him to
call
call
then.
you then. Tell him if he wants you his $3,000. I said, A, why does he need $3,000, first of all? And B, if he's legit, tell them to pick up the phone and call you, and they're not going to call you. I said, what are you thinking?
Damon John is not gonna need $3,000. He's a
He's gonna
multi-hundred
give you
millionaire.
Yeah,
$3,000 for a percent.
I'm like, what do you, I go, look, I know you're excited. I go, and you want to go,
Right. That's what happens.
The
They get
guy's a
excited
shark.
and blinded with the possibilities, and they're not seeing how they're being scammed straight
no,
up.
I mean, but he's like, I had to call you first just to make sure. I go, yeah, let me level set it for you. Lose their number. I'm like, he's not sitting texting with you. Trust me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
but and that's what sometimes like we have to be that protector for them as well, because we need to be the voice of reason, because
Yeah.
they get so excited about an opportunity, but there's so many, real opportunities out there. Like I said, like someone like Kestra and her travel business. She goes on one of those blogs, she'll have 10,000 new followers. She doesn't have to worry about a program to get subscribers. It's the
So,
world we live
really
in. I
fun
get it.
fact, Londa, who is on the call,
Right.
Kenny's been with me for a while now. Londa is the COO of Manifestation Babe. I don't
Oh
know if you've
wow.
had an opportunity to check them out. Yeah, she single-handedly runs that company.
Wow.
And that's like a humongous organization. Not people-wise, but money-wise.
Wow.
And she just launched this, the Manifested Adventures. This is her own company. Um, Powerhouse of a fucking woman. I'm so happy to have her here
Hmm.
tonight. I don't even know where to be. She's an incredible human being. And she was like a sleeper tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was looking forward to hearing her input too. I was like, oh, she sounds
Yeah.
like a big deal, especially like since she's friends with you. I was like, yeah, I want to hear.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. That's
Yeah.
really
Yeah. I think it's been pretty cool having
you
such a
know
range of people from all
you
all
know what's
phases of their journey.
what's great about it. There's again, there's so many opportunities for everybody to do great things, and they just need someone to help show them where the opportunities are. They just don't may not know about it, but it's there's I mean, there's just so many things they can do, and that's what gets me crazy in a good way. There's so many things that people can do that they haven't even thought of, and that one of them can change the whole trajectory of their business. It's like someone who says, "Oh yeah, I have this, let's just say sound therapy, and I
Hmm.
want to have my own studio." And this, I said, "Don't buy real estate. Go to your local gym and use the aerobics room on a night they're not busy. Ask them to stay open an hour later on a Sunday and do it Sunday night at 7 o'clock." I'm like, they're like, "Oh yeah." They're like, "Oh, I was looking for real estate." I go, "Where are you gonna get the money to buy real estate? Why would you want to buy real estate?" And I'm like, it's just all
Yeah.
these little things. I mean, I had somebody else who poor woman and husband were working like dogs in a co-op kitchen making South American desserts, if you will. Um, right. And she's like, we have 12 7-Elevens in Florida, but we have to make it, we have to package it, we have to box it, then we have to drive it there. Then we have to go back during the week and do store checks and shelf checks. I go, you're not getting paid for any of those hours that you're driving up and down Florida coast. I said, do yourself a favor. She goes, what? Get a contract manufacturer, let them make it for you, and then go to a distributor who's got 40,000 ethnic stores all over the country, and they'll take care of your business. She goes, that's what we're doing. Now she's in business and she's like in 10,000 stores. It's
Yeah.
like, it's like, and I get they don't know that, because why would they? He's got a
Right.
job, she has a job. They do this out of the passion of making food. But I'm
Right.
like, there are ways to do this, and that's what the fun part is, because everybody has an opportunity to do something great, even wilder than their imagination. And that's the kind of the cool thing when you see that light bulb go off for them, and they're like, "Oh my God, this is like a whole new thing." And it's just like I said, I have a million stories like that, and every one of them
Yeah.
is, and they're all equally as important. Everybody is a tremendous human being, and they're people first, they're a business second, and again, 99% of them I don't make a penny off of. I have them through all different channels that I volunteer, um, but it's time to start making some money off it, because I want to take care of myself now. It's like my time, but there's so many people whose businesses can explode, and they don't have to be, they're not looking to become billionaires. They're looking just to they just want to fund themselves and live their own life on their own time. And
Yeah.
that's great. They're not looking to make $1 billion. They said, you know what? If I could generate a few $100,000 as my own business person, it's more than I've ever made, and I'm working for myself, and who knows what it could turn into.
Absolutely.
And I get my kids involved. I can get this and that involved. And I'm like, exactly. Like, that's like when the guy says to me, you're going to grind for 12, 14 hours a day and make $400,000 a year. I'm like, that doesn't suck. I'm helping people along the whole way. Why do I want to get involved with $1 billion entity and all the stuff that goes along with that, and employees and all that craziness, when I could book my schedule 40, 50 hours, and I'm making more than ever, and I'm helping people more than ever. I'm like, I don't see the problem with that. I'm already grinding every day anyway, 15 hours. So what's the difference?
Wow. Yeah,
But
that's the magic of it. I was gonna say, like, and Abigail's heard me say this before. Like, one thing that every entrepreneur has in common is that they're a dreamer, right?
right.
And a lot of the beauty in what we do in our field is taking that dream and helping them realize step by step, like, wait, this is real. You know what I mean? Like, wait, I have a following now. Hold on, wait, my profit has increased by 120%. Like, wait a minute, this I'm getting there, right? I'm taking the steps.
You
So
nailed it, Kenny. You
yeah,
bet. You nailed it.
even being part of that
Absolutely.
journey is very humbling.
Yeah,
There's real metrics.
it's funny. I hate to give credit where credit's due, but like one of my friends from the law firm, I met her on the train commuting back from New York City to the island one night, and she has her own firm now. And she says, well, one of my partners is giving me shit because I have this one small client that I only bill like 2 hours a month or a week. I said, yeah, but she goes, but I'm billing them at full freight. I go, so what's the difference how you make up your 50 hours? If it's 28 for one guy, 12 for this girl, and 2 for this one, who cares? You're getting your full right, you're getting full realization, and your goal is to fill your billable schedule, 40 hours, 50, whatever you're so, and that's where it hit me. I'm like, if I could fill my grid, those 30, 40 hours, I don't care. I like the variety. I want the variety. If I could help 40 different businesses every week, like that to me, that's like Disneyland for me.
Yeah.
But she gave me the idea. She goes, I told my partner, I'm getting my full rates for each hour. So who cares if it's only 2? My other 38 hours are booked. So she makes up part of my 40 hours. What's the difference? And I think that's genius. I agree with her 100%. It's just about filling your hours to hit your goal. So
I also think there's, when a client has budgetary issues, at least for me, from accounting or consulting and coaching standpoint, like my goal is to help them build themselves into a client that will pay me a whole lot more. So
right.
I'll invest the time and the energy up front and stay with them for those, sometimes 10 p.m. like text messages or whatever it is. And like I'll feed that fire all day long because those people are going to keep calling me and they're going to refer people to me, and it snowballs so exponentially, and it's what I'm passionate about. So like I get to live a little through the
It's
process.
it's so right. I mean, I just got a client from someone who I volunteered for. She asked me to help her build her business, and she was doing a project for this woman, and I helped her get it done, no charge. It was a volunteer client, and now she then recommended this woman who's looking for something else to come to me now. So now I'm getting paid. I'm like, patience is a virtue. It's like it's great. It all goes. It's all comes around, goes around. So you're right. That those who need you, they'll be bigger and better payers down the road. It's not the most important thing today, but you'll get there. And then that's one of the most gratifying things. Wow, we started off like this, and every week or every couple of weeks was, am I going to get paid? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Now all of a sudden, you're one of my best consistent paying clients. That is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because you were there with them since the beginning. Like, you already have that whole rapport.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a client today. She can't pay me. I helped her with her tax prep. So, her financial statements, talking about last year, talking about what to do this year. She does skincare. I got a 90-minute hydrofacial today. I've never had a facial in
Is
my
that why you're
life.
glowing?
It is. I mean, other than this terrible lighting situation I'm working with, but it is seriously. And she is very good at what she does. Our
I'm dark. I'm
energies
gonna
are
turn my
very
light
much
on.
aligned, interests, all those things. And we just had a great time. And it's just like a network building opportunity that you know is gonna last,
That's
you
amazing.
know, a long
Yeah.
time.
Does she make skincare
I wish
products?
I had lights to turn on.
Well,
She
it's
doesn't. No, she is very passionate just about skincare,
mhm.
and she like knows how to answer all the questions, and we really just traded, and we were just talking about traveling the world and all kinds of, you know, retreats and stuff like that, and it was so good.
That's really cool. Look
Yeah,
at
and
this.
speaking of retreats, Abigail actually brought it to my attention um to live more life, right? So she actually inspired me to schedule a little vacation for my girlfriend and I down
Nice.
to the beautiful island of DR in Punta Cana. So yeah, I'm gonna be celebrating there. Maybe I'm planning on doing something a little more special, taking a big
I
step.
think you might be.
Oh,
I think you might
Potentially,
have
yeah.
something up your sleeve.
Maybe,
I've
you
been
know, I'll let
traveling
you
with
know.
Londa. I went to Egypt with her last September, and then I just got back from Bali about a month ago now, and that's left an imprint on some folks here in the group. So,
Yeah, it really has. No, but to both of you guys' points, it's like having those conversations and like getting to know people, right? Whether they become a client or not, you have a friend there, right?
that's
And
right.
Abigail, like, yeah, we've talked business a couple of times, and like
Hmm.
collaborating, but I'm not putting any deadline on it. You know what I mean? Like it is completely free and open because she is just so awesome. And I was like, I just want to keep being her friend.
Yeah, that's why you're amazing.
that's awesome. That's awesome. And congratulations to B, I guess.
You'll have to keep returning on Thursday to hear about it. When's the trip booked for?
Oh, right around my birthday, like July 24th, 25th, around
Oh,
there.
okay, so not long.
Wow, good
Yeah,
for
next
you.
Okay,
month. Next
all
month is
right.
happening.
We will expect a full update when
Oh,
you
I
do.
will. I'm gonna come back very, very tan.
Jerry Tan
Yeah.
braces.
No, no, nothing that crazy.
Don't do it.
She underwent a whole transformation. That's Adam, I'll tell you that story another day. But is my girlfriend went to DR to visit some family she hasn't seen in 10 years. She came back an entirely different person.
Wow.
Tattoos, braces. I'm like, who are you? You know what I mean? But anyway.
I think I would be
Wow.
Yeah.
friends with her.
Yeah, I
I'm the
think
type
so.
that goes to get tattoos on international trips as well.
No, you guys would get along 100%.
Yeah.
That's really
Oh.
cool.
All
Yeah.
right,
But
Ripley just came to notify me it's time for her nightly outing. So
yeah, I
let
was
the
gonna
I
say
gotta walk my dog. It's
yeah,
nice and warm out in New York finally. So
finally.
nice. Oh,
Yep.
okay, so all of our dogs are telling us to get off. I see.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's been waiting patiently. He's pretty good about it. But you know what? He could tell time because during the day and I'm at work and I work from home, he shows up like
Sure.
clockwork at noon, clockwork at
Yep.
3. It's incredible.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
great. And if any, by the way, if you guys come across, any businesses that really need some help but don't have the funds, again, I've got so much experience with a lot of different industry sectors because of the firms. If they need help, I'm available to help. Good people. I'm on board, and that's why I asked, like, if your skincare person had a product or whatever. I'm here to help. So if you guys come across something who could just use a hand up, not a hand out, I'm
Yeah.
absolutely more than happy to give some time and try to help do some things for them. It's my pleasure.
Cool. I come across people like that on the regular. Kenny, though, also probably. Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was gonna
She's
say.
right here.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
like giving me the paw.
I
Oh,
love it.
okay.
I love
Yeah.
it.
All right.
Adam, I was gonna
Good
say,
night,
in terms
everyone.
of that
I really
referral, you
appreciate
moved
your
your way up to
time.
the top of that list.
Thank you. Yeah, no, like I said, I love it, and you know, helped a great sketch when you said skincare. This gentleman had a company for skincare for LGBTQ because the people who transition, their skin has a lot of issues, and he created a skincare line, which I thought was really cool. Like I said, I help anybody.
Yeah.
Um, So
That's
yeah, if you come
interesting.
across someone that really you really believe in somebody, but they just need a need a helping hand, please, I'm happy to help.
Absolutely. Adam,
I
I
helped enough
appreciate you
people.
Cool.
taking the time.
I helped enough people who don't deserve it. So I'm writing them off. But the ones who need it and want some good help, it's my pleasure to do it.
Yes,
I
sir.
love it. All right. Well, we will
All
connect
right,
in the
guys.
next few days.
We
Good
will.
night.
Yeah, so I look forward to hearing from everybody, and I guess we'll see each other next Thursday, if not sooner.
Yeah, for
Absolutely, yeah.
sure.
Adam,
For sure.
Abigail, I'll see you guys.
All right, guys. You
Yeah,
guys are
good
awesome.
night.
So glad to meet you
Yeah.
both.
Likewise. Ripley says likewise too.
All right.
Now it's time to play. All right, bye.
Vikram, you too. You didn't talk too
Thank
much,
Yeah.
you.
but good to meet you.
It was great, like listening to your stories. I've heard all of these in my networking events, the similar acquaintances that you have encountered and you have shared here. So I was excited to hear that, oh, it still exists. It's not only in those specific network locations, but it still exists. It was a lot of things to learn from you, and still I'm experiencing a lot of things. Meet you again in the same room
We'll see you
sometime again.
next Thursday
Yeah,
then. How's that? I'm
yeah.
selling for
Thank you very
Abigail
much.
now. I'll see you next Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much, Abigail. I really
You're
appreciate it.
welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.